Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really radical idea from Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. And it's this: what if our most difficult relationships, the ones that cause us the most pain, are actually the key to our own enlightenment? How is that even possible? Well, let's find out. So, let's kick things off with a question I think pretty much all of us have asked ourselves at some point. We get into relationships looking for joy, for connection, right? But then, so often, they end up becoming the source of our deepest pain. Tolle says this isn't some cosmic mistake. Nope. He says it's actually a massive opportunity in disguise. And this quote, "This is the key that unlocks the whole thing." Tolle draws a line in the sand right away. He says that what we usually call love is, a lot of the time, not love at all. It's actually a powerful need coming from our ego. And really getting that difference, that's what changes everything.
Okay, so first up, let's break down that really common pattern Tolle talks about. That painful love-hate cycle that so many of us can get trapped in?
I mean, think about it, right? 1 minute, everything's amazing, you're so in love. And the next, you're fighting, there's blame, maybe even some emotional attacks. Tolle's point is that this happens because what we think is love is really more of an addictive kind of clinging. It's not about a genuine connection, it's our ego trying to use someone else to feel whole.
And Tolle explains that every addiction works the same way. It starts with pain and it ends with pain. And what we're doing, usually without even realizing it, is using another person like a drug. We're using them to cover up this deep feeling of unease or emptiness inside us. And for a while, yeah, it works. The relationship gives you a high, it's a great distraction.
But, and here's the catch, it's inevitable. No one can be your drug forever. They can't permanently cover up your pain. So when they, of course, fail to meet that impossible expectation, that pain you are running from comes roaring back, and it's usually even worse than before. And what's our first instinct? We blame them. We blame them for causing the pain that was actually ours to begin with. And that's the moment love flips right over into its opposite.
All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? How do we get out of this mess? Well, Tolle says it all starts with really understanding the difference, the diagnosis, if you will, between a relationship that's all about need and one that's about real, true connection. And this chart here, it just lays it out so clearly. You've got these two totally different paths. Over on the left, that's your typical ego-driven relationship. It's all about neediness, clinging, using someone else. But on the right, that's an enlightened relationship. It's not based on need at all. It's rooted in a shared sense of presence, of just being. And it doesn't try to hide from pain. It actually shines a light on it.
Now, to really get why we get stuck over on that left side, we have to talk about a huge concept from Tolle, the pain body. Think of it like this. It's this ball of old, unresolved emotional pain that we all carry around from our past. And in a close relationship, your partner is guaranteed to poke that pain body. And when it gets triggered, bam, it takes over. It creates all the drama, all the conflict. It's not really you reacting in that moment. It's your old pain running the show.
So, the big question is, how do we jump from that left column to the right one? How do we stop letting our ego and our pain body call the shots? This is where we get into the really practical stuff. And it all hinges on a huge shift in perspective about what a relationship is even for.
And this quote right here is a total game changer. Think about what it's saying. We have to completely drop the idea that the point of a relationship is to make us happy. Instead, what if we saw it as a spiritual practice, a tool to make us more conscious? If you do that, then every single argument, every conflict, it suddenly becomes a mirror. It's showing you what's buried inside you. It becomes an opportunity to wake up.
And here are the practical steps to do it. It's brilliant. First, you just have to acknowledge it. You notice the drama when it pops up. You think, oh, okay, there's that anger again, or, yep, my pain body is definitely activated right now. Step 2, you just hold that knowledge. You become the observer of what's happening inside you without judging it or getting sucked in. Be the watcher. Third, and this is a big one, you stop judging your partner for their unconscious behavior. You see, it's just a pattern. It's not who they really are. And finally, by choosing not to react, you create this incredible space, a space of presence and love where real change can actually happen for both of you.
Okay, let's just pause here for a second. As you're listening to this, what's coming up for you? Is there a specific unconscious pattern in your own life that's popping into your head? Maybe it's a fight you have over and over again, or a way you get defensive, or that burning need to be right. Just seeing it is the first huge step.
If you feel comfortable, I'd love for you to share that insight in the comments. Seriously, your own awareness could be the spark that helps someone else see their own patterns too.
All right, let's talk about the payoff. What's the outcome of all this? What actually happens when you stop fighting these unconscious patterns, and instead you just meet them with your presence?
Well, it's amazing, really. Those old, painful dynamics, they just dissolve. Why? Because you're not feeding them anymore with your reactions. The whole victim-perpetrator story just vanishes. The mind games, the clinging, it's all over. You're no longer playing into each other's unconsciousness. And from that point, Tolle says one of two things will happen. You'll either separate, but do it in love and peace, or you'll grow together into a relationship that is so much deeper, so much more present.
And this all leads us to what Tolle says true love actually is. And it's not some emotion that you get from another person. Not at all. It's a state of being that you find inside yourself. It's that feeling of being one with everything, a deep connection to life itself. And once you feel that in you, you can't help but see it in your partner and, well, in everyone.
And really, this is the most profound takeaway of the whole chapter. Love isn't something outside of you that you have to get from someone else. It's not dependent on anything. It is you. It's your very essence. So by using your relationships as a spiritual practice, you don't go out and find love. You simply uncover the love that's already deep inside you. Turns out, it was there the whole time. So if this explainer gave you a fresh perspective or something to think about with your own relationships, it would mean the world if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to Mish Minds. We've got a lot more deep dives like this one coming your way. Thanks so much for watching.